Hey, this is Balance, here with another keyboard video. This time, I'm going to be putting together a 100% keyboard for Rin Taicho. I know I've already made a keyboard for Rin, but I wanted to get her something a little bit more premium. The other one was pretty good, but I felt like she could use a little bit of an upgrade. This is the Keychron Q6, a fully aluminum keyboard with a full layout. Let's see how it sounds. I thought the knob would be a little bit more audible, but let's go ahead and go over what I decided to do with this build. So for the color of the keyboard, I chose this one because it was closely matched to both Raiden Shogun and Kafka. Knowing that she likes both, I decided to go for that. For the switches, I went with Durock's Black Lotus switches. Across various different cultures, the Black Lotus carries different meanings, but the one that is usually more prominent are the themes of power, transformation, and spiritual growth. Considering what Rin has been through recently, well, not so recently, it's been a year now, that's besides the point. I figured that the Black Lotus would embody Rin's personality the best. Over here, I decided to also change the plate because, if you listen, they have very different sounds. And that is the point. If I were to change the plate, that would help create a bit more of that deeper sound that Rin likes. Aluminum's great, but it doesn't really create a deeper sound. It actually makes a higher pitched sound. Over here, I'm adding gaskets onto the plate since they weren't pre-installed, which is fine. It was a bit of an interesting experience, but it was fun in its own way. Up next, I decided to do something that's called the Tempest mod, or as more commonly known as the tape mod. Adding several layers of the masking tape will allow the sound to be kind of transformed to help create what enthusiasts usually call a marbly sound. Next up, over here, I am adding a little bit of padding next to the points where you would put in the screws, mostly because this is a way to kind of prevent that little pingy sound whenever you're typing on it. This is called the Force Break mod. I don't recall exactly the origins of the name, but this has definitely proved to help a lot when trying to prevent the little tingy noise whenever you're typing on a mostly aluminum keyboard. Now the way I'm doing this is actually a little bit different from what most people usually do, which is use masking tape. I had some of these little pads that I had left over and I cut them in half to create that padding for the keyboard. You can use masking tape. Usually you will need to apply 2 pieces of tape for that, but what I had over here was thick enough that I didn't need to use 2 of those. If you yourself want to do something similar in your own aluminum keyboard, you can just simply use 2 pieces of masking tape on each side. They do have to be small, and that's why I'm using those little tweezers to apply them, because I have to be pretty precise and fingers are too big to accurately apply. And as you'll see over here, I did run out of those little foam pieces, so I did end up using some masking tape here and there, and it did the job. Now this is where I found an interesting problem. Due to the flexibility of the plate that I used, which is a palm plate, it was really flexible and it made it actually difficult to confirm whether or not I was actually able to put the switches onto the board. So what I ended up realizing would be easier would just to simply place them all into the palm plate beforehand and then tightening the screws onto the PCB itself. Now here are some keycaps that I had purchased. There were some other ones that I had previously, but they didn't come in time. So I got these ones because I thought they would look pretty nice and reflect that Kafka theme. So here is a typing test. And that's it. It sounded exactly what I had hoped for, to create that deeper sound within an aluminum keyboard. Now, due to the fact that it is mostly metal, anytime you touch the keyboard, oil residues from your fingertips just stay there for such a long time. So because I wanted to leave it in a nice pristine condition for Rin, I tried to clean it as much as I possibly could. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed stuff like this, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to make any more keyboard videos. I think that's it. There will be one final keyboard video that I will make, which will probably be a review. But otherwise, if I do make another keyboard, it's going to be for someone else. Because I think that's the fun part of the process, is making keyboards for other people. But in any case, still, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Tell me what your thoughts on how you feel about the keyboard, on how it looks and sounds. Subscribe to see more stuff that I may come up with in the future. And as always, this is Balance, and I appreciate your company. I'll see you next time. See ya.